Okay, good morning po, grade 10. So first of all po, bago tayo magsimula nitong discussion is I want to congratulate everyone kasi we're now on the last quarter po ng grade 10 and we are rather a few weeks away from the end of the school year. So congratulations po for making it even though meron tayong pandemic at bago sa atin lahat yung ginagawa natin ngayon na pagkakaroon ng klase. Now, for the last grading po, so we'll have the lesson about the circle and the coordinate plane. So, yung pagkasamahin po natin yung concept ng circle na discuss natin last time. Again, when we say circle, it refers to the set of all points in a plane equidistant from a fixed point called center. And yung lesson about the coordinate plane or yung Cartesian plane natin, di ba? Yung x and y axis. Okay po? So, gagamitin po natin dito rin yung concept ng distance and the midpoint. So, before we have the actual lesson, balikan muna natin to. Diba? Pag linear equation, diba example natin, diba we have, the example here is y is equal to 2x plus 3. So, kapag ginraph daw natin tong y is equal to x plus 3, diba ang nagiging itsura ay isang straight line. Tama po? So, kapag linear equation, dito sa equation, ang degree ay 1, meaning yung degree ng variable x ay 1. Kaya, linear na siya, straight line yung mabubuo. Next, nung grade 9 naman kaya, di ba, nag-discuss kayo ng quadratic equation. And quadratic equation naman, are quadratic functions, di ba, those are functions of degree na 2. Then, ang graph naman na nabubuo nila is, what do you call this graph? This is a parabola. Now, paano naman kaya kapag circle? Ano naman kaya yung equation natin na kailangan gawin for us to graph a circle on a Cartesian plane? So that is our lesson for today, grade 10, about the equation of the circle. Now, shown on the screen po is yung pinaka para itsura ng graph natin. Yung blue line na to, this is the circle. Then, the black dot or the black points sa gitna denoted by H and K, that is the center of the circle. Then, eto, yung green line denoted by R, so that is the radius. Again, what do we mean by the radius? The radius is the distance, or the radius is a segment drawn from the center of the circle to a point on the circle, or to any point on the circle. And in this case, yung points on the circle is denoted by x, y. Now, if you will look at the illustration, yung circle na nasa Cartesian plane natin ay nakaplot sa Cartesian plane, yung r, yung radius, it is a segment connecting the center of the circle papunta dun kay point na xy. And ano yung r na yan? Kukuhanin natin, di ba, yung measure niyan, no r, that is also equal to the distance between the center ng circle papunta dito kay point na denoted by xy na ito. So, we have the equation ng circle. Ano yung equation ng circle? This is what we call as the standard equation of the circle. We have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. Now, ano lang ba yung titingnan natin dito? 'Di ba? Sabi kanina si h and k, itong h at k na to are the coordinates of the center of the circle, while si r, yung r sa dulo, itong r na to is the length of the radius. Now, saan ba nanggaling yung equation of the circle na yan, yung standard form na yan? So, di ba sabi natin, si r, si radius, Itong green line na to is the distance from the center of the circle to that point on the circle. So that means po, if we will have it as, or if we will write this, see, H at K, then yung isang point is denoted by X and Y. So kapag kinuha natin yung distance, di ba hindi siya parallel. So ibig sabihin, we will be using case number 3. So labelan natin to, di ba? This will be X sub 1, Y sub 1, X sub 2, Y sub 2. What I am doing for grade 10 is, I am showing you the proof kung saan nanggaling yung standard form of the equation of the circle. Di ba? Sabi natin si R is the distance. So that means, pwede natin gamitin yung third case ng distance formula, which is D is equal to the square root of X sub 2 minus X sub 1 squared plus Y sub 2 minus Y sub 1 squared. Di ba sabi natin si R is the distance from the center of the circle to that point on the circle, so pwedeng si D ay gawin na rin natin R. Kasi di ba parehas lang naman sila? Yung radius na tinutukoy natin dito ay parehas sa distance ng dalawang point. So, equals the square root of, anong X sub 2? X sub 2 is X. Minus X sub 1, which is H squared. Plus, Y sub 2 natin is Y. Minus Y sub 1 is K squared. Ano yung sunod? Okay, paano natin maaalis yung square root na to dito? So, ano yung gagawin para mawala yung square root? Kabaliktaran ng square root ay i-raise sa second power. So, raise natin sa second power yung buong equation. R raised to 2 is R squared equals, so this will be cancelled out. So, matitira ay si X minus H squared plus Y minus K squared. And that is what we call as the standard form of the equation of the circle. That is a standard form of the equation of the circle. Wag po malilito ha. That is X minus H squared plus Y minus K squared is equal to R squared. Tandaan po yan ha. Okay, let's have examples po. So for example number 1, so nakalagay po, write the standard form of the equation of the circle whose center, tong C na to, ibig sabihin po ay center, is at 2 and negative 2, and the length of the radius is 3 units. Take note of the two given lang natin, di ba? We have the center, the coordinates of the center is at 2 and negative 2, and the radius is 3 units. So, di ba, ano yung sabi natin? The center of the circle is denoted by H and K. So, if the center of the circle grade 10 is denoted by H and K, ibig sabihin, dito sa center na 2 and negative 2, si positive 2 will be the value of H, and negative 2 is K. Now, if you were asked to write the standard form of the equation of the circle, ito po ay magiging, unahin natin na yung formula kanina, yung equation natin, di ba? We have X minus H squared plus Y minus K squared is equal to R squared. Tatandaan lang po, minus lagi operation sa loob ng parentheses, plus sa labas, then do not forget yung squared. Laging kapartner ni X ay si H, kapartner ni Y ay si K. Oh, substitute lang natin yung value ng H and K do sa equation. So we have X minus, ano yung H? H natin is 2. So substitute 2. So we have X minus 2 squared plus Y minus, ano yung value ng K? K is negative 2. So, parenthesis, negative 2 squared is equal to what is the radius? Radius is 3. So we have 3 squared. Sir, tapos na po ba? No. Simplify pa natin kung meron masisimplify. So we have, this is, as is na po, x minus 2 squared plus y. Negative times negative. So diba ito ay magiging positive na? So we have y plus 2 squared is equal to 3 raised to 2. That is equal to 3 times 3. So this is 9. So yan na po matatapos yung solution natin kasi ang hinahanap sa atin is the standard form. And that is the standard form of the equation of the circle. We have x minus 2 squared plus y plus 2 squared is equal to 9. Okay. So there is an easier way sa paggagawa ng standard form of the equation of the circle na kahit wala na tayong gagawin na pag-substitute pa po na ganito. So, ang gagawin na lang po natin grade 10 is like this one. So, alam natin that the center of the circle is located at 2 and negative 2. Diba? Alam natin, ang kapartner lagi ni x ay si h, kapartner lagi ni k ay si y. Diba? So, kapag gagawin natin yung equation ng circle, alam natin, diba, we have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. So, we have x, then, invert the sign ng h. Ano ba yung h dito? H is positive 2. Palitan natin yung sign. Kabaliktaran ng positive 2. So, this will be negative 2. Then, do not forget yung squared. Plus, y, ang k natin ay negative 2. Kabaliktaran ng negative 2 is positive 2. Squared equals r squared. Ano ba yung r natin? R is 3. Ang multiply sa sarili, 3 times 3, 9. That is the standard form. Parehas lang naman po, di ba? So, pwede pong ganun na lang yung gawin. Tandaan, ang kapartner ng h ay si x, kapartner ng k ay si y. Let's have example number 2 po. So, for example number 2, write the standard form of the equation of the circle whose center is at 1 and 0 and the length of the radius is given by 3 square root of 5 units. So, in this example po, the center of the circle is located at 1 and 0. So, that means 1 will be our h, 0 is our k. So, gawin na lang natin yung shortcut. Diba? Kapartner ng h ay si x, kapartner ng k ay si y. So, we will have x, then h, diba? Ang h natin ay 1. Kabaliktaran ng positive 1. So, this will be x minus 1 kasi from positive magiging negative. Then, squared plus ang k natin ay 0. So, that means instead of writing, di ba magiging, paano siya pag sinulat? Di ba magiging y minus 0 squared. As in 0 naman yung value ng k, we can just omit yung tong 0 na ito, yung minus 0, and idiretso na natin na y squared. So this will be plus y squared. Ganun din pa ha kapag 0 ang h. Kunwari naman, may example sa inyo. Kunwari, example ay 0, 3, di ba? Dito sa 0, 3, ang h ay 0. So instead of writing x minus 0 squared, diretso na po na x squared. Okay? Equals. Ang dulo natin, di ba, dapat ay r squared. And since ang r natin is 3 square root of 5, that means we need to get the value ng 3 square root of 5 squared. And when we have 3 square root of 5 squared, ano po yung gagawin natin dyan? We need to distribute yung exponent na 2 sa bawat isa sa loob ng parentheses. So we will have 3 raised to 2 times the square root of 5 raised to 2. 3 raised to 2, 3 times 3 is 9 times the square root of 5 raised to 2. So this will be cancelled out. Mawawala rin yung square root, mawawala rin yung squared. Matitira ay 5. And 9 times 5 is 45. So therefore, we have the equation of the circle na ang center ay nasa 1 and 0 at ang radius ay 3 square root of 5. The standard form of the equation is located at x minus 1 squared plus y squared is equal to 45. And this is our final answer na po. Okay po. Again ha. O sige, bigyan pa ako ng isa. Kunwari, the center is at 3, negative 4. Radius, let's say for example, ay 7. Alright, the standard form. Diba? O, ulit ko yung standard form. Diba? We have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Si center, ito yung h, ito yung k. O, plug in na lang natin. Unahin natin yung x. Then, kabaliktaran nung sign nung sa h. If this is positive 3, so magiging negative 3 squared, wag kakalimutan yon, plus y. Ang k natin ay negative 4. Kabaligtaran ng sign ng negative 4. So we have positive 4 squared is equal to 7. Ang kailangan natin ay r squared. Ito ay r lang. So 7 raised to 2, 7 squared is 49. So we have the standard form as x minus 3 squared plus y plus 4 squared equals 49. Okay po? So ganyan lang po yung gagawin natin. Mas madali lang to. Okay? Now, let's move on to something different po with example number 3. So let us read. Write the standard form of the equation of the circle whose center is at 3, 2, and passing through 3, 5. So, ano yung sinabi dito? Yung center daw ng circle is located at 3, 2. So, automatically, this is our h and k. H is 3, k is 2. Kaso, hindi binigay sa atin yung alin. Diba? Ano yung kailangan natin sa equation ng circle? Diba we have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. Meron tayong value ng, ang papakailaman lang lagi natin na si h, k, at si r. May value tayo ng h, may value tayo ng k. Pero meron ba tayong value ng r? Wala. So, ibig sabihin, doon papasok yung paano natin gagamitin si passing through 3, 5. So, ano yung ibig sabihin po kasi noon? When we say the circle is passing through 3 and 5, let's say for example, ito yung circle natin. Pardon, may illustration na lang po ha. Pag sinabing passing through 3 and 5, ibig sabihin po, yung point na 3 and 5, ibahin natin yung kulay ha. Yung point po na 3 and 5 ay dumaan doon sa mismo, o dinaanan mismo nung linya ng circle. So that means, kunwari, kung yun ay 3 and 5, tapos yung center niya ay 3 and 2, so that means kapag kinuha natin ito, yung pagitan na yan, yung distance between the center up to that point na dinaanan nung mismong circumference ng circle, that is the radius. So, di ba? Pag kinuha natin yung distance nun, so that is the radius. So, dyan pumapasok yung paggamit ng distance formula. Now, tingnan natin yung points natin. Di ba? Para makuha yung value ng radius, para makuha natin yung measurement ng radius, kailangan natin yung makuha yung distance between the center na 3 and 2 up to the point na 3 and 5. Ang kailangan natin makuha is the distance, kasi yung distance between these 2 points is also the radius of, or the length of the radius of the circle. Now, since distance sa pinag-uusapan, balik tayo sa case 1, 2, and 3 ng distance formula. Ano yung napapansin? Yung x coordinates ay equal. So that means we just need to subtract and get the absolute value ng difference ng dalawang y coordinates. So we will have the distance is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1. So equals this absolute value. The absolute value y sub 2 is 5 minus 2 equals absolute value of 3 or just 3. So the distance is 3 units. And since the distance is 3 units, so therefore, ang length ng radius ay 3 units. Units din. O, kompleto na tayo, di ba? Ito yung radius, di ba? Radius is 3 units. May h na tayo, may k na tayo, meron na ring r. So, pwede na makuha yung equation ng circle. So, we have, yung shortcut na lang. So, start with x. Sunod, ang value ng h ay positive 3. Balik ta rin ang sign. So, we have x minus 3 squared plus y. Okay naman, baliktarin ang sign ng k. If k is positive 2, kabaliktaran ng positive 2, negative 2 squared equals r squared. Ano yung r natin? R is 3. R squared ang kailangan. Diba? So we have 3 raised to 2 or 3 times 3 is 9. So we have 9 yung answer dito. So we have the final answer na po na x minus 3 squared plus y minus 2 squared is equal to 9. Okay po. If you have questions po, post it on the discussion box so I can answer it po. Next, let's have example number 4. For example number 4, what is something different naman dito? So write the standard form of the equation of the circle with a diameter whose endpoints are at 5, 1, and negative 1, 7. So sabi po ng example na to, yung endpoints daw ng diameter ng circle is located at 5 and 1 and negative 1, 7. So that means kung ito si circle, again, pardon my illustration kung hindi siya mukhang bilog, kung yan yung circle natin, ibig sabihin po, yung isang point, for example, itong point na to, andito si 5, 1. Then, andito si negative 1. And 7. Yung linya na, pag pinagdugtong natin yan, di ba sabi siya ay si diameter. Sabihin, siya yung pinaka nasa gitna ng circle. And, ano yung special characteristic ni diameter? Kaya siya isang special type na chord. Diba? It is a chord na dumadaan kay center ng circle. Siya yung chord na dumadaan sa center ng circle. And we all know na itong line na to, itong diameter na to, nasa gitna niya yung center. So, kung given ang diameter, ano yung makukuha natin? Diba, endpoints ng diameter yung given. Diba, ang kailangan natin sa equation ng circle ay si x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. Ang kailangan natin ay alin? Ano yung kailangan? Kailangan natin yung center denoted by h and k at kailangan natin yung radius. Walang binigay sa atin. So, tayo yung hahanap. So, given ito ay diameter, so, kailangan natin makuha yung point na nasa pagitan nilang dalawa. And ano yung tawag sa point na yon. O, that is our last lesson. That is the midpoint. O, doon na tayo sa shortcut sa pagkuha ng midpoint. Ano yung shortcut natin sa pagkuha ng midpoint? Diba? I-arrange lang yung endpoints vertically, then add, then divide by 2. So we will have 5, 1, tapos negative 1, 7. Add and divide it by 2. 5 plus negative 1 is 4. 1 plus 7 is 8. Then divide by 2. So therefore, the midpoint is at 4 divided by 2 is 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now that we have the location ng midpoint, so ibig sabihin, ito rin yung coordinates ng center. Ito si 2 and 4. Now, since yan yung magiging center, ibig sabihin, yan din yung magiging value ng h and k. O, check na tayo with h and k. Kailangan naman natin ay si r. Again, yung radius, that is the distance. In this case na po, that is the distance from the center of the circle to any points on the circle. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan natin kuhanin yung distance either from this center na 2, 4, papunta kay negative 1, 7, or yung distance from this point, yung center, papunta kay 5 and 1. So, either of the two naman po pwedeng kuhanin. So, try tayo distance. Obviously, since magkakaiba po ang ating mga x and y coordinates, so we will be using case number 3. Ang formula, the distance is equal to the square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. Oh, ano yung gagamitin natin dyan? O sige, gamitin na lang natin grade 10 yung 5 and 1. Ito. Oh, so equals, substitute natin. X sub 2 natin, let's say ito ay si 5 minus x sub 1, 2 squared plus y sub 2 is 1 minus y sub 1 is 4 squared equals the square root of 5 minus 2 is 3. So we have 3 squared plus 1 minus 4 is negative 3 squared equals the square root of 3 raised to 2 is 9 plus negative 3 raised to 2, negative 3 times negative 3 is also 9. And we have the square root of 9 plus 9. This is 18. So is this a final answer? Yan na ba yung magiging distance natin? Or yan yun na yung magiging radius natin? No. Kasi, may square root pa naman yung 18, di ba? Di ba si 18 ay pwedeng i-express, r na gamitin natin ha, the square root of 9 times 2, and 2 is a perfect square, so square root of 9, and 9 is a perfect square rather, so square root of 9 is 3. So we have the radius is 3 square root of 2. O meron na tayo, r is 3 square root of 2. May center na rin tayo na 2 and 4 ang location. So kumpleto na natin yung kailangan. O substitute na lang natin dito. So h is positive 2. Babalik na rin yung sign. So we have x minus 2 squared plus y. Ang k natin is 4. Positive 4. Pag binaliktad ang sign, magiging negative 4 squared is equal to r squared. Ang r is 3 square root of 2. So, i-square pa natin yan. So, magiging x minus 2 squared plus y minus 4 squared is equal to, o didistribute natin, 3 raised to 2, or that is 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times, yung number na lang na nasa loob. Kasi yung square root of 2 raised to 2, maka-cancel out lang yan. So, magiging 3 times 3, 9. 9 times 2 18. So our final answer will be x minus 2 squared plus y minus 4 squared is equal to 18. So that is example number 4 po, grade 10. Okay? For the next one, for the last two examples, balik rin naman natin. Paano babalik rin, sir? Ano yung given naman sa inyo dyan? Ang given naman sa atin is the standard form of the equation ng circle. Ano naman yung kailangan nating hanapin? In this case naman po, grade 10, ang hahanapin naman natin are the coordinates naman ng center ng circle, which is denoted by h and k, and the length of the radius. Again, balikan natin, di ba, yung standard form na equation ng circle natin, di ba, we have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. And if we have x minus 5 squared plus y minus 9 squared is equal to 36, that means itong negative, ito yung h, ito yung k, and this is r squared. So kung kailangan natin yung center na h and k, katulad kanina, babalik rin lang natin yung sign. So ito ay, yung nasa equation natin, ito ay negative 5. So kabaliktaran ng negative 5, babalik rin yung sign. So h is 5, k dito ay negative 9, babalik rin yung sign ng negative 9. So that is positive 9. So the center is located at 5 and 9. O next, radius naman. O etong 36 na to corresponds to r squared. If r squared is equal to 36, ano yung gagawin natin? Kasi r lang naman yung kailangan, wala si squared. Para mawala yung squared, get the square root. Cancel to, cancel yon. R is equal to, what is the square root of 36? Diba dalawa? We have positive, negative 6. Eh diba sabi natin, si R is the distance. Again, that is the distance from the center of the circle to a point on the circle. So alam natin na kapag distance ang usapan, wala tayong sagot na negative. Kasi 'di ba, sabi ko nga sa inyo, there are no negative distances. Hindi naman kayo sasagot na ganong kalayo ang SM Bacoor sa bahay nyo. Ay sir, negative 10 kilometers po. Wala namang ganun, 'di ba? Lagi tayong 10 kilometers sir yung distance. Kung hindi naman kayo makikita, 'di ba? O order kayo sa Food Panda, o order kayo sa Grab. Mas makikita nyo na lang ay yung distance travel nyo ay negative 5, o kaya mag-grab kayo papunta sa kung saang lugar, makikita nyo sa app, distance nyo ay negative 5 kilometers. Hindi naman po ganoon, di ba? Hindi naman paatras yung takbo natin. So, the correct answer lang po dito, the length of the radius is 6 units. Again, we have x minus 5 squared plus y minus 9 squared is equal to 36. So, ang hanapin dito naman is yung center and the length of the radius. And our final answer is, the center is at 5 and 9. Ito po. And the length of the radius, square root ng 36 ay 6 units. Okay po. This is the last one na po. So, for example number 6, we are given the equation x plus 6 squared plus y minus 7 squared is equal to 45. So again, ang hahanapin natin dito, grade 10, is the center denoted by h and k and the length of the radius. O, center muna tayo kasi yung pinakamadali. Diba? Ito yung h, ito yung k. H is positive 6, kabaliktaran ng positive 6. Baliktarin yung sign, so magiging negative 6. Then k is negative 7. So negative 7 yung k, babaliktarin yung sign, magiging positive 7. O may center na tayo, negative 6 and 7. Kailangan ay radius. Again, itong si 45, this is r squared. So to get r, we need to get the square root of 45. Kasi r lang ang kailangan, hindi naman r squared. So r is equal to 45. May square root ba ang 45 na eksakto? Wala po. So pwede natin i-express as si 45 as the product of 9 and 5. So we have square root of 9, 3, square root of 5. So our radius, or the length of the radius ay 3 square root of 5 units. O, again po, grade 10. Since alam nyo naman na hindi po pwede kay Schoology na magkaroon tayo ng mga ganitong answers na merong mga square root kasi mahihirapan po kayong mag-type. So, pwede natin gawin na siya as katulad dati, a decimal rounded off to the nearest hundreds, 2 decimal places po. So, we have, ano ba yung value ng 3 square root of 5 or ng square root of 45 mismo na lang. So, rounded off to 2 decimal places, ang itatype nyo na po na answer for the length of the radius ay 6.71 units. Bakit naging 6.71? Kasi si square root of 45 po ay 6.70820 and so on. So, 0 to, so 8 yung katabi niya, kaya nag-add tayo ng 1. Okay po, so again, x plus 6 squared plus y minus 7 squared is equal to 45. That is the standard form. Hinanap ang center. Center is at negative 6 and 7. Length of the radius is 6.71 units. Okay po. So again, if you have questions po, please post it sa discussion board. Okay po, that is all for today, grade 10. So again, that is lesson 1 for the 4th grading period, the circle and the coordinate plane. Okay, thank you po and God bless.